pay bills for 2 years old. Not too late. Smell
Yep.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the today's September 8th regular Board of Supervisors meeting of Robinson Township. Everybody please rise for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Chairman, Mr. Kendall.
Here.
Vice Chairman, Mr. Duran.
Here.
Supervisor, Mr. Brozitz.
Here.
Manager, Mrs. Sokolich is here. Solicitor, Gretchen Moore.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum with all three supervisors present. Is there any public discussion on the agenda items to be voted on only? If so, please state your name and address, and please limit yourself to 3 minutes. Okay. First item is the approval of the minutes for the Board of Supervisors meeting from August 11th. Have you gentlemen had a chance to read through them? Yes. Everybody have them? Okay. I will make a motion to accept the minutes from the August 11th, 2014 regular Board of Supervisors meeting.
I'll second this.
Okay. Roll call vote. Mr. Brozitz?
Yes.
Mr. Duran? Yes. My vote is yes. Motion carries. Next item is for approval of correspondence.
I have it here.
Okay. Nothing discussed on that. Next item is payment of the monthly bills. Have you gentlemen had a chance to read through the monthly bills?
Yes.
Any questions? Comments? Everybody good?
Yep.
Okay, we have a motion to pay the bills.
Also good.
Okay, roll call vote. Mr. Brozitz?
Yes.
Mr. Duran?
Yes.
My vote is yes. Motion carries. Okay, reports. Police reports. Is Chief Dorsey here?
Spoke with Chief today,
Okay.
and he said he was going to drop by the report later in the day. There's no report.
Did he leave a,
No, he did.
no zoning report? Okay. Seen it on patrol. Manager's report?
Yes, I do, a manager's report. For the month of August, I had 10 meetings. Future meetings planned so far for September, I have 4. I received 9 resident complaints. I directed the complaints to the appropriate department or officials and returned all of the phone calls. I received 3 right-to-know requests and responded to each of those. A temporary assistant was hired for 10 4-hour days to retype the zoning ordinance with new amendments. This task was taking a little bit too long, so Gretchen Moore our solicitor advised me to send her the partially typed document, and I forwarded it to Gretchen on the 28th. Her staff codified it and returned it to me as one whole document. I set up 5 interviews with possible part-time administrative assistants. I interviewed 3 candidates. On August 19th, I offered the position to Kristen, and I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. I'm afraid I would botch it up. I believe it's Toussaint de Ville. Kristen will start work tomorrow, and she'll work 5 days a week from 8:30 to 1:30. On August 21st, I spent the majority of the day locating financial records for the first 6 months of the year for our interim audit. On August 22nd, Jeffrey McHugh, CPA, started an interim audit. Just briefly, for yourself and the public, Jeffrey McHugh spent 4 days at the Township building auditing the previous Township Secretary's financial records. Mr. McHugh noticed that the invoices and bank statements were not initialed by another Township official, and it's just his suggestion to practice due diligence that there be another Township official also look at the invoices and statements and sign off on them. Bank statements were not reconciled in a timely manner. There were outstanding and uncashed checks from 2013 that had not cleared in the accounting system. Mr. McHugh noticed many invoices were unpaid for a very long time. For example, the water bill for the Township went unpaid at the beginning of 2014, and the Township was even sent a shut-off notice. Jeff found checks made out to vendors that were never sent, and checks from vendors that were never deposited from as far back as 2012. Deposits were made this year with no copies of the checks or backup documents to show the deposits. An informal report is attached to my treasurer's report, which I submitted to the board. I provided copies of the UCC Building Code Inspector's information to the supervisors for comparison for tonight's meeting. I sent letters to McDonald Borough Council and the McDonald Police Department thanking them for their hospitality while providing space for our Township meetings. I paid off our tax anticipation note that was approved at the last meeting. I coded invoices and paid them. I completed 3 municipal no-lien letters. I consulted with Diane at the McDonald Police Department about the collection and distribution of the fine money. I created a job description for the new administrative assistant. I called Verizon Wireless to cancel the cell phones. I printed out pictures of the Township roads that John Ramaker sent to me from his cell phone. I met with the chairman of the Planning Commission regarding their August meeting and their meeting procedures. I processed payroll twice in August. I spoke to Harlan Stone, who is the solicitor of the Zoning Hearing Board, about Zoning Hearing Board meetings. I assigned a new address for the Range Resources gas well pad and sent letters to the post office and 911. I filled out information requested by Pennsylvania American Water. I completed the minutes from the August Township meeting. I coordinated a conditional use hearing with Andy Kaczynski of RES. I contacted the chairman of the Planning Commission to review the agenda and procedures for their September meeting. I called several companies whose uncashed checks I had found on the previous Secretary-Treasurer's desk to inform them that they had never been processed. I tracked down the hearing binder from the last zoning amendment hearing. This information was needed to fulfill a right-to-know request. The binder was in possession of the court reporter. However, our court reporter has a subcontractor who subcontracts her work out, and she needed to obtain the binder from the second party. I sent termination notices for health care, disability, and life for Ms. Rummel, and I continued to monitor the activity on the municipal, the sale of the trailer. Treasurer's report for the month of August. In the escrow fund for Chevron, we have $10,131. The equipment fund, we have $395,614.97. The gas well impact fund, we have $580,000, $231.44. General fund, we had a total of $55,895 in deposits, $131,547 that went out of the general fund. $50,000 of that was to pay off the tax anticipation note. The holding tank escrow has $2,000 $39.19. Liquid Fuels has $86,568. Payroll account has $1,356. Streetlight fund has $5,699, and your subdivision escrow has $239. And that is it for my treasurer's report.
Thank you. Solicitor's report.
So on August 7th, as most of you know, there was an amendment to the zoning ordinance that was passed. That was recently sent down to the Washington Planning Commission. Soon, within 30 days, you have to send that down there. Just last week, there was a substantive validity challenge to that ordinance, which was filed with the Zoning Hearing Board. What that means is that there will be a series of public hearings in which the challengers will, address and try to prove their challenge, and the board will be sitting on the other side. There's a separate solicitor who runs those hearings. He's a solicitor for the Zoning Hearing Board, and that will take place over the next couple months. It'll be a series of hearings. So that's kind of all we can say right now about what is going on.
Okay, any board discussion on any of the reports? Oh, sorry, let's check you off. Very good. Public works report?
So far, we assisted McDonald and Midway with various projects. We finished up 50,000 square yards of Township in the Township Road, on Township roads. Finished a 170-ton project of blacktop on Donaldson Road. We will finish that up with Townshipping over that. We had 12 911 calls for down trees on Township roads, 80 tons of stone placed on Creek Road. We worked in conjunction with Hanover Township to complete the project. Mowed Creek Road, Maple Grove Road, Valley View, and King Road. Schaefer Road was repaired with 30 tons of stone put down. We're going to go back and work on Schaefer some more. On the ongoing Township projects, a portion of the, where you can see pending, progress, and complete. The completed projects for most of the roads are in that block. Possible Township projects, as I said before, Donaldson Road, we'll be finishing that with the Township overlay. Maple Grove Road, middle of this month, we will finally have Succote in to get the FB2 blacktop on that end part of Maple Grove that ends at the bridge. Nature's Way, we're going to Township Nature's Way, Green Road, and Church Lane will be finished here at the same time as the Maple Grove project. That is my report.
Thank you, sir. Okay, any discussion on any of the reports? We have a motion to accept all reports. Nice to be on
All motion.
You make a motion?
I'll make the motion to accept the reports.
Okay, roll call vote. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes.
Mr. Duran?
Yes.
Rhodes, yes. Motion carries. Okay, takes us to old business for the sale of the trailer on municipal bid, which the high bid we received was $18,600 from Melvin Schlegel. Is that right?
So you'll put these down, Schlegel.
Okay. Any discussion on the sale of the trailer, John? Motion to accept his bid.
So it was $84.
No, yours lost 29. Gained it 18.
Okay. We'll use it 7. I'll make a motion to accept the bid of $18,600 submitted by Melvin Schlegel. Do I have a second? I'll second.
Okay, roll call vote. Mr. Rhodes?
Abstain.
Mr. Duran?
Yes.
My vote is yes. Motion carries. Takes us to new business. We have a resolution for discussion on proposing an amendment to the Act 13 to reduce the amount of allocated or unconventional gas well fees.
Also moved.
Yes. Any discussion or? This came down to the PSAS, correct?
This particular resolution was presented from the Washington County Association of Township Officials. They asked that this be passed and brought to their convention, which is on the 18th of this month. It will be presented to the PA legislature.
Any discussion? No. All right, make a motion to vote on passing the resolution 2014-5, opposing any amendment to the Act 13 that would reduce the amount of allocation of unconventional gas well fees.
Roger, can you speak up? We can't all hear you.
Okay.
Okay. The only way we can do is just listen. We heard her.
Okay, I made a motion to pass a resolution that all of the county asked the townships to pass a resolution to say to the state, please don't do away with the impact fee if it eventually becomes a extraction tax. So that's what we're talking about. Do we have a second on that?
I'll second.
Okay, roll call vote. Mr. Roses?
Yes.
Mr. Duran?
Yes.
My vote is yes. Resolution, motion carries. Okay, the next item is resolution 2014-6. It is a budget resolution that notes the receipt of Act 13 money, the amount and where it will be allocated. Currently, we had nothing in the budget to identify that as coming as part of your income, and by state law, you're supposed to. So that's the intent behind the resolution. Gentlemen, have a chance to read it?
Yes.
This is the resolution that was presented from the Pennsylvania State Association of Township Supervisors, asking us to pass this resolution stating how much we received in impact fund and how we intend to allocate it within our 2014 budget. So what you guys need to decide is, where it says now therefore be it resolved and enacted by the Township of Robinson to make the following supplemental appropriations for the 2014 budget from these impact fee revenues. And it was my understanding that you wanted to use approximately $75,000 for road repairs, which would be budget line item 438. And the remainder would stay in the gas well impact fund in the amount of $107,008.37.
Any discussion? Okay, I'm going to make a motion to vote to pass resolution 214-6, providing supplemental appropriations for the 2014 budget.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call vote. Mr. Roses?
Yes.
Mr. Duran?
Yes.
My vote is yes. Motion carries. You want to sign this right now?
Yeah, sure.
This one has one signature.
That's all required.
Okay. All right, next item is a discussion on appointment of a new UCC building code official.
Is this a paid position?
I'm sorry, who?
Is it a paid position, the building code official?
It's a company we contract to.
Like HMT or something?
Correct. Currently we are with K2,
Yes.
and then there's HMT, there's
MCS.
MCS, there's, multiple companies
Yes.
that do that. So,
Okay.
been having some, what's called translation problems with our current company we deal with, so not coming back on, they don't come back when they're supposed to.
Okay. Well, I had HMT when I built my house, and they were very good.
Thank you.
What I provided for the board was just a comparison. They really broke the fee structure down rather differently. So I tried to break down a comparison that you could easily compare both companies for your consideration. I did submit to each of the companies what I had typed out for you tonight and verified that it was accurate to make sure my understanding of it was right. So what you have in front of you right now is an accurate comparison of their fees.
I would assume that $8 per square foot by remodeling is wrong. It should be like 8 cents. Is that a typo?
I can check for you. Is Harold here? Harold, do you want to answer that?
That should be $8 per 1,000.
I don't see electrical inspection for Exhibit A. Or is there an Exhibit A that I don't have?
Did you get the packet of information I sent you? I sent it certified, and I didn't get the card back. But I have it over here. Let's see. And also, again, Harold is here from Municipal Services. Do you have any questions?
What's the average electrical inspection? Or is there a fixed fee for it no matter what?
It depends on what it is. If it's a service, $75 for a service. New homes run from 150 to 200 depending on the size of the home. Then when you get in commercial, that gets reviewed once the plan is reviewed. $75 for service is pretty much the industry average in this area.
Okay. Bring all these numbers in.
Yeah, that turns out to be the same, 20%.
It's just the way it's written.
Right.
What do you think about what we do? Actually, turn up, depending on the size of the building, so there's probably has some great works. This would be my advice. We're gonna see some growth. So. What's your view?
I'm kind of neutral about it. The only thing is, I guess I'd like to see what the public thought HMT, like Mr. Rydell said he liked them. I'm kind of neutral. It doesn't really matter to me. It looks like this would sort of save some kind of money. I'm just a little concerned about the number of employees if you're worried about responsiveness.
That was for us. Good information.
Are you speaking about MTS?
Yes.
The number of employees? Not a problem. Because that's how we build our business off of service. Though we do 12 townships now, we're 8 miles away from one. But we pride our business on responding and then 48 hours, answering all kind of calls, and timely and permanent.
Can we make a decision today or kick them out for a while?
That's entirely up to you. Doesn't matter.
As we think about it for a while.
Whatever.
It's up to you.
On the fence with it.
Especially town halls right now, where there's quite some different volumes, like we have now.
So maybe a motion if you want. Go with that.
Have you worked with any of the engineering firms?
I worked with HMT in the past. I'm sure
Both
Harold
companies.
would be great to whoever you pick, I work with it.
I like the work more personal. That's my view. I'm going to make a motion to accept HMT as the township engineer. Do I have a second?
So you're staying with HMT?
Where will we going with HMT?
Yeah, okay.
We're going to see some growth, I believe, and I just would like to go with larger volume employees.
I'll second it.
Okay, roll call vote. Mr. Rose?
Yes.
Mr. Duran?
Yes.
My vote is yes. Motion carries. Okay, other business, since we're now using, is it ADT?
Yes, we no longer have a need for a payroll account. There was a